Good evening. As you said, my name's Colin, and my little thing's called Never Too Late. The 13th of June this year marks 8 years of myself coming out as a gay man. July will see my 69th year. So you see, took a while. I was told on the day that I was born that my dad was found with another woman. I've never known my dad. I never contacted him, never had any communication from him. Apparently, he lived till he was 89. So my goal in life at the moment is to make sure I get to 90, just for fun. I intend to beat that, as I just said, yeah. I grew up in a room full of women. My mother, obviously, 2 sisters. My granny used to help, 2 aunties, and a Catholic church. And that was really thrilling. But after all, I will say it was a good childhood. When I was a teen, I played in a rock band. And I had ambition I was going to be the greatest drummer on the planet. But that didn't get very far. And I landed up being an apprentice carpenter. But that was okay. I found then that I was attracted to the same sex. But, I never had a boyfriend. I never had a girlfriend. I married for the first time after getting a job as a drummer with a dance band. And it was the band leader's daughter who I married. So that was very convenient, I suppose. My marriage, first marriage lasted 30 years. I got 3 grown-up sons. Things became difficult when I was in my mid-50s. My wife suspected I got maybe gay or had leanings that way. And at this time, my wife was doing evening work for a BT call centre. And while she was at work, I used to read gay novels, books, or films when the kids were asleep and she was at work. I also felt that I needed to get myself sorted out because I thought, well, I don't want to go to my grave not being the person that I actually was. So going back to June the 13th, it was a date in 2009 that I actually moved out of the marital home and moved into a garden flat in Fishponds. It was quite a nice flat. This was the first time in my life that I actually lived on my own because, grew up with a family, straight into marriage. So I prepared myself to be living as a single man on my own for the rest of my days. Get that right, I thought. But things were about to change. My life circumstances, however, were about to change. And again, very soon, in November of that same year, I came across an advertisement. And some of you may hear there used to be the Venue magazine in Bristol. They had a column sort of gay and lesbian page. And there was an advert in there for the Rainbow Café in Bath, LGBT cafe. Great, I thought. Made a phone call, got a few bits of information. I managed to build up the courage to visit, but it took about 3 or 4 attempts before I actually, went through the door. And then what happened is what did really change my life. The people at the cafe were very welcoming and made me feel at ease, told me who they were, introduced me to their friends. Within a month after I first visit, I became a member of the organization that ran the cafe, and I'm still a member today. And by early 2010, I was very friendly with one of the men at the cafe, and he persuaded me to help with the running. So this would involve setting up on every Saturday morning to help set up everything for the cafe. So that's what I started doing. I was now feeling really pleased with myself, and I enjoyed, at last, being the man who I actually was, being a gay man and feeling free that this is who I am, not trying to sort of be somebody I wouldn't. But I started going off the rails a bit. And as my family said, putting it about. But they weren't impressed with that at all. I thought I was just in my teens again, making up for lost time. September 2011, I was, hang on, I've got to go back to this. Going ahead of myself. Yeah. Now, until I was, in this time also with Rainbow Café, I was persuaded to join the committee of this organisation. So what I did, and then in September, I was in 2011, which is the time of the year we have our AGM and everything, I was elected again to actually take over the running of the cafe. So now, within the space of a couple of years, I was quite involved with the group, which was good. And at that time, I got lost my place here. Oh, sorry about that. Cafe the same did. I was made lots of people welcome, so I was doing the thing that people were doing to me. And in 2012 came along, and in February of this month, I was invited to visit our group's newest members in Swansea, who I did. And it was I spent the weekend in Swansea with the gentleman. By now, I realised that back in the days when I was trying to become a rock star, a group of gay men and women met for the first time in Bath. They were set up, the organisation, to fight for the equality of the LGBT people. And little do they know that in 2017, the group that started would have helped many people of all ages to find love and friendship. And now this year, that group I belong to is celebrating its 46th year. In September 2013, I became chairman of the organisation and was helplessly falling in love and started life as a retired man. Now, you may be wondering the name of this group who runs the Rainbow Café. I will tell you, the name is Gay West, and I owe everything that has changed my life to that organisation. Well, 2014 passed, and it was early 2015, after a life-saving operation for my partner at the time, that I asked him if he would marry me. Well, he kept me waiting all day. And at the end of that day, he did say yes. We were married on October the 3rd in 2013, and it was one of the most wonderful days of my life. And now my husband and I have started a brand new life in a brand new house, a new build house in Keynsham, and where I got to spend most of my time in the garage making furniture, because that's, what I do. We both owe a lot to Gay West. It was not for us both finding a friendly welcome from its members, we would never have met. We would never be madly in love and as happy as we are today. And we owe everything to those founders back in 1971. So you see, it's never too late for things to improve and change. Thank you.